Oh my god, I see the exploding kittens thing. Of course it's a Netflix show. Those motherfuckers will give money to anybody. I'm sure I could go up to Netflix with my new series. Fucking Bizmo and his... Huh?
Probably.
Huh? Huh?
Premiere.
It's like your new show would be Monster Hunter 6?
8.
Oh, shit.
No, hold on, no, this is Monster Hunter. Hold on, no, this is Monster
It
Hunter.
has to be. There's no way.
I recognize those skeletons. I recognize those skeletons.
Skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh. Come on. Come on.
Guys.
This is Monster Hunter! That's a Puke Greatsword! Oh my god! I told you it was gonna happen! You dumb motherfuckers!
But no, I got proven wrong. Fuck.
They waited till the end.
They waited till the end!
Blue ball you.
That sounds pretty dope.
Oh!
But also, I'm sad that the Halloween music got snubbed.
That was a gimmick.
Yeah.
They're hella gimmick.
No, like this very cool
Monster
evolution of
Hunter
the Halloween,
Wilds!
but still though.
Monster Hunter?
Oh!
Monster Hunter 6!
Oh shit! Is it gonna be open
2025.
world?
Wilds! Holy shit! Ah!
You're in control.
I knew it!
It's real!
The Monster Hunter is real!
You got a year, Cameron. You gotta stay alive.
Woo! I gotta fuck, I can't kill myself now. It's confirmed coming to PC! That's what I'm talking about, baby!
No.
So yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds got announced yesterday, the day before. I don't know when this video is going up, but Monster Hunter Wilds officially got announced. That's pretty sick, honestly. I am excited for the possibilities of this new game. There are a few things that I want to see in this game, and there are a few things that I'm kind of wary about, and I just kind of wanted to go over this as sort of like a raw reaction to like clip my initial reaction at the very beginning of this video, and also to talk about like what I want to see out of this game. I briefly went over these ideas in a community post that I did earlier this morning at time of recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to go down this list, and I'm going to go into more detail about like what I mean when I say these things, you know, just to clarify it, you know, and also to make a fun video about this to get that ad revenue. All right, so the first thing that I have on my list is more emphasis on ecology. So I talk about it in an upcoming video, but the ecology of Monster Hunter is something that I love a lot about this series. I really appreciate the amount of detail and care that's put into just how things work in this grand, like, almost magical world, and things make sense if you really read into them. Like, it's cool to read up on, like, Diablos's favorite food, or the life cycle of a Brachydios. When they're juveniles, they have to, like, you know, have a symbiotic bond with the slime, and the slime is its own organism, and if they don't mix well, then the juvenile dies, and I don't know, there's a lot of really cool details on how the monsters work, and I really want to put more of an emphasis on that ecology in this game. I actually do have an idea in the upcoming video that I talk about, which I understand that Monster Hunter Wilds is basically what it is now, and there's no changing it, but I think it's still interesting to post that idea and just talk about that. So, you know, we're gonna do that. Maybe the idea that I have is like objectively correct. I don't fucking know yet. We'll see what happens when the game comes out in 2 years. Next thing on my list right here is more item and environmental interactions. So what I mean by that is, based on the trailer that we saw, it's basically confirmed that the the scout flies, that's what I'm thinking of. The scout flies and the slinger are making a comeback. And playing through base world again, I really appreciated the slinger, just because it lets you interact with the environment more at a distance, and you can use that to your advantage, right? I like that environmental interaction. I want them to lean heavier into that environment. One cool thing that one of the guys in the comments section said is that they want more destructible environments, and I heavily agree with them. I think the destructible environments add like another layer to the combat, you know? It makes it so that you have to react to everything that the monster's doing kind of on the fly, and you gotta change up your plan, you know, as the environment is sort of crumbling around you. It's a really cool thing. I want to see more of that. At the same time, I also want to see more of an emphasis on the item play and how the items can be used to hinder the monster's abilities, you know? Basic example being the flash bombs. A more modern example would be the moss pods, the water pods that you get when fighting Gyarados. You know, you use the water moss to break off the mud armor of the Gyarados and also Barroth. You can break their mud armor off. And I want to see more stuff like that. I want to see more of the interplay with the environment, the items there, the items that you can craft, and how all of that mixes together, right? It's just going back into the more ecological focus. I really, really want to see more of that. That's one of the key things that is so cool about Monster Hunter. And that's something that Rise like really dialed back on, and the more I played Rise, like I really enjoyed that game at the front of it, and I had a lot of fun with it, but the more I played it, the less of those environmental interactions and less of that ecology I saw. And that was sort of frustrating when I got late into the game, because I wasn't thinking anymore. I was just sort of going in with whatever weapon and just playing the hunts, which, don't get me wrong, the hunts are really fun, but I really appreciate in the older Monster Hunter games, like, and especially in like base world, I haven't played much of Iceborne still. We my hunting group and I, we kind of stopped playing as soon as we got into Iceborne, so. But it was cool to go back into world and see like the big rocks hanging from the ceiling, and you know, running monsters into walls with the wall splats. Clutch Claw, don't really like. Really hope they leave the Clutch Claw out. The Clutch Claw is cool for the wall splats and the managing of like monsters' movements and things like that. But for tenderizing the flesh and making weak points, I really hope that doesn't come back, because it really wasn't all that fun. Anyway, moving on. Next is I want negative skills to come back. Negative skills went away in Monster Hunter World when they switched over to the new armor system, and I'm not expecting them to bring back the old armor system. That is probably never going to happen. But what I think would be good, at least for the balancing of armor sets, is I want them to bring back negative armor skills. So a perfect example of what I mean when I say balancing is if you played Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, then you're probably familiar with the Terra Shogun Sanitar. Sanitar? I don't know how to pronounce these things. It doesn't really matter. When you make his armor set, he gives you the sharpness ability, so your sharpness goes down a lot slower. It gives you sharpness +1, which gives you more sharpness, but it also gives you a lot of defense down points. So you get a lot of those like really good offensive abilities, but you have to play around the fact that you have less defensive abilities. It gives the armor set like character, you know? Like, it's just not the attack set, it's the glass cannon set. And glass cannon is far more interesting to me, and I'm assuming a lot of other people, than just this one pumps up your damage a fuck ton. Which was a problem that you saw in World, right? At the end of base World, everyone was just stacking up the raw attack damage, and you really didn't see any sort of change in that. It wasn't until like Alatreon in Iceborne that you saw people have to change up their like armor sets and use elemental damage instead of raw damage. The point is, I want negative armor skills to make a return. I want there to be downsides for sticking to an armor set. I want there to be like actual thought put into mixed armor sets instead of just fucking stacking sharpness and affinity and fucking attack and just like throwing it all together and just like hoping it works, right? I just want the game to require more thought, like in between hunts, you know? Like, what armor sets are you bringing in? What weapons are you bringing in? What items are you bringing in? Like, Monster Hunter is 40% hunts, 60% preparation, you know? The preparation like really shows off your skills as a hunter. It shows your mastery of the ecology, and it shows like truly what you know about this like environment that you're in, and I think that's really cool. Next point is I want more larger monsters. I want to see Gogmazios come back. I want to see Dalamadur come back. Matter of fact, in the logo of Monster Hunter Wilds, you can see like these two twin snakes that sort of wrap around each other. We were talking about this fact in my Discord server. We threw around this like funny idea of like Reviante coming back from Monster Hunter Frontier, and like they're no strangers to bringing Frontier monsters back. Fucking look at Espinus. Espinus? I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't care. So Frontier monsters are probably still on the table, and I think Reviante, especially if you're doing like a really big open world with Monster Hunter Wilds, I think he would fit in pretty well. Even if he's too big. Dalamadur, Gogmazios, wonderful additions. We haven't seen them since Monster Hunter 4, and they're like some of the best monsters in the fucking series. Also, God, if they bring back Gogmazios, we get to see his amazing fucking weapon designs. Dude, Gogmazios weapons are on another fucking level in terms of design. I want that greatsword back. Similar vein, I want more weird-ass monsters like Yamatsukami. I want to see Amatsu Magatsuchi come back. Because in the first trailer, they're playing around with this idea of like storms and lightning and all this other stuff. So there's probably going to be like an in-depth weather system. You would be fucking crazy to not include the Dragon of Storms in this game. Like, it would be crazy to me if Amatsu doesn't come back as like a DLC monster at the very least, you know? Maybe that's the reason why Amatsu was in Rise, because maybe they were working on him for Wilds in the meantime, and they're just like, fuck it, just throw him into Rise, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I really think that if the first teaser really goes ham on lightning storms and shit, I think Amatsu is gonna come back, and I think that'd be really cool. And my last point kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. I want that commitment, I want that knowledge to really shine in this game. Like, obviously your decisions during a hunt and your skill with your weapons should obviously play a part in how well you do, but I think a more important part that doesn't really get shown off in Rise, a little less so in World. World is more like environmental reactions than like monster ecology knowledge, you know? I want that ecology and that knowledge to really be at the forefront of your knowledge or your experience in like gameplay. I don't know if that really makes sense. I just want more of a focus on ecology and more of a focus on like committing to builds and sets, you know? One of the things that kind of bummed me out about Rise and World, and it started in World, but it was like really bad in Rise, where there was no commitment anymore. Like if I was playing 4 Ultimate or Generations Ultimate or like Freedom Unite and I came in with the wrong armor set, you know, it is lame to have to restart the hunt and just go all the way back and sit through that long ass loading screen. Like that makes sense, right? But you also get this negative thing in World and Rise where if it's like 50 minutes into a hunt, you can just sort of restock your items. You can change up your tactics like right at the end. And it feels more hollow to me, you know? Like there have been moments in old world Monster Hunter games where I've run out of potions in the middle of a hunt and I've had to go around and scavenge for materials to make potions and mega potions and all kinds of shit. And those to me are far more memorable than just, oh, I went back to the campsite and I restocked my items and all that stuff. I don't know, that feels like kind of like too easy, you know? Like it just, I don't know, I want the commitment to be there, you know? That opens the door for more memorable interactions, and my voice is super cracking, dude. I was screaming so much yesterday. Again, it goes back to that like forefront of knowledge of your environment and knowledge of the ecology. So you know, like, oh, I can find herbs here, I can find honey here, I can find blue mushrooms here, and then I can use all that to like bolster up my fucking item stocks. I know where the flash bugs are on the map, just in case I run out of flash bombs, or I know where I can get the Wiggly Litchi and get the fucking increased stamina regeneration. Like, these are the kinds of things that I want to, like, really be accentuated in Monster Hunter Wilds. And it seems like they're kind of going all out on this shit, you know? Like, we know very, very little about this game right now, but based on what we've seen in World and Rise and all the other Monster Hunter games, I truly think that this one is gonna be, like, something really cool. I don't know if it's gonna be the best in the series. I don't think it's going to beat Monster Hunter 4, because that game That game is the best in the series. I will fight you if you say otherwise. I mean, the opportunity is there, you know? Even though I love Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, like, with all of my heart, I want this game to be better, you know? And I'm not expecting it to be better, you know? It's like high hopes, low expectations kind of deal, you know what I mean? Another thing is, I'm unsure about how a genuine, like, interconnected, large open world, like, I'm cautious about how well that would work. I think it would be better if the individual maps were just like 4 times bigger and you still have your hub world and everything. Because having an interconnected, unrestricted, true open world, that would cause some like really interesting shakeups in how the general game flow of Monster Hunter works, which I think would be neat, but at the same time, I'm interested to know more. You know, again, high hopes, low expectations. So yeah, that's just like a really quick summation of what I want to see from this game. I think it's going to be really interesting. I can't wait to know more. We already know that we're gonna hear more about this in like the summer of next year. We might see a couple more like tiny posts here and there. I just want to know more about this game, you know? Like, I'm super fucking excited. And they have, like, a year and some change to make this game as good as they possibly can. And this is on top of the however many fucking years this game has been in development already. So, I'm just really fucking excited, dude. I've been on a massive Monster Hunter kick again. I've been playing a lot of Generations Ultimate, as well as the Monster Hunter Tri series that is currently going on the second channel. So, hey, if you're interested in old school Monster Hunter, I highly recommend going over to the garbage pile and checking out that. I also have a few videos coming in the next couple weeks about more Monster Hunter stuff, so if you're interested, subscribe and do all the YouTuber shit, because like you don't understand how much that helps me. So even if you can't support like directly, just you watch this point to the video, you've helped me out quite a bit. Now just drop a like, just subscribe to the channel. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. Please. Please, YouTube has a gun to my head. I can't. I need to fucking do this. I need to tell you to subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry. I know it's annoying. Just do it, please. Anyway, special shout out to the Patreons at the end of this video. They're still very generous to me, even though I stepped away from the Patreon. They're very generous in that they still want to support this channel, and I'm very grateful for that. If you want to support, you're not going to get anything, unfortunately, but if you still want to support, there'll be a link in the description, and like I said, you can check out the garbage pile. There's a Monster Hunter Tri series going on right now. I'm also going to open up to other games, because here's a funny thing about me is I like playing other games, so you might find something interesting there. I have some like ideas for shorter series in mind, so you know, we're constantly working on stuff here, you know, and it's good to like finally, you know, feel the motivation to work on things again. So yeah, excited for 2025. I just gotta make it to Monster Hunter Wilds. All right, that's my motivation for staying alive for the next year and some change. So as sad as that may sound. Have a good day, everybody.